So I'm having a chat with Blake of Lake Malice. How are you?
Thank you so much, man. Like, it's awesome to be here. I'm so stoked because we've just played like the Avalanche stage, man. Like, I'm absolutely hyped.
Yeah.
I'm so buzzing.
How was it?
It was incredible. Like, we're a small band, you know. Like, we didn't expect to be coming back here this year. To be quite honest with you, we were really fortunate enough to play on the Courtyard stage, which is like in the RIP campus bit last year. So we did that, and like that blew our minds. And then we got invited back this year. And we got upgraded as well onto the Avalanche from the Dogtooth. So we were just like, what's going on here? What's going on? So yeah, honestly, we're so stoked. We had a great crowd. I couldn't have asked for anything more, honestly, man. It's a dream come true.
Great stuff. And I'm hoping you got to play your latest single, Bloodbath.
We did indeed.
Tell us about the track.
So Bloodbath was like, it's such a weird story with that one, because I basically was like, right, I'm going to write the heaviest thing I can write. Just tune the guitar low as it would go. And I was like, okay, this feels like the right tuning. And we basically rewrote the thing about 15 times, and we ended up like the song that we have is just not the one we start with at all. So always like the hardest bit I think with songwriting is getting the structure, getting the production elements in place, and when you start doing that, the song starts to find an identity, and you're like, okay, like, you know, I know what this is now. It's more than just a riff. So it went on that kind of like convoluted journey, and then it really found its footing, I think, when we were like, right, let's get some like some of the drum and bass sort of breakbeat stuff in there.
Okay.
That kind of like really gives it energy, I think, that song. And we also got like a few trappy sections, which like really taps into the sort of more poppy sort of like elements that me and Malice are really into. Like, inspires this project. So yeah, I feel like the song like takes on like a little bit of a journey musically, but it also ticks all the boxes for us of like, you know, big heavy like breakdown, catchy chorus hooks, and, you know, big chunky riffs as well. So like, yeah,
good. And does this mean we're now gearing up to a bigger body of work?
Yeah, I mean, we've been chipping away at like an EP basically for the best part of this year, in between shows and tours. We started working with a guy called Carl Baum. He mixes for us, but he's worked with bands like Sleep Token on their latest album. He's worked with like Bring Me and While She Sleeps and Bullet. So like when we started working with him on Bloodbath, like we really found like what we wanted to be sonically. So we continue to work with Carl, and we've got like a couple of, we're basically, there's a number of different tracks at various stages of being ready. We're kind of finalising all that stuff over the next sort of month or two, and we've got like a few tours that aren't quite announced yet. So as soon as that stuff's ready to get announced, I think we'll have a bit of a plan as to when we can start talking about this EP as well. But like, we're not quite ready to share those more granular details just yet, annoyingly, but hopefully soon.
Yeah. So does that mean you're going to have a busy year ahead then?
I really hope so. You know, we want to be busy. We haven't had a lot of time to write where we've been so like busy on the road, but like, you know, we've got a bit of a gap in July and August, so we're going to like get a load of writing done. We're going to play a few festivals here and there. Like, we've got 2000 Trees, Radar Festival in Manchester, Burn It Down Festival. So we'll hit those, but we're like, in the meantime, we'll get, you know, we'll be basically working really hard on like getting some more music down, and hopefully we have some plans for some more touring sort of in the winter, sort of later in the year. So.
Yeah, good, great stuff. When it comes to writing, how do tracks tend to start off? Is it a lyric or a melody or a riff? What starts things off?
It's always a riff. Like, I'll just sit there with a guitar, just try and find something that sounds like a fun, quirky riff, and then like from there we'll throw like sounds at it. You know, we'll try and find an identity for the song. There's no real like science to it. You know, it's just like, it's kind of trial and error. But I think there's a beauty in that, because there's like an unexpected like element of how will this song turn out. You just don't know at the beginning. Yeah. Sometimes you might have a clearer idea, like, okay, we want this song to be like this vibe or whatever. But generally, the song finds its own life once you start adding more elements. Like, you know, Malice will come up with some melody over like a riff. That melody will then steer the song in a very different direction to where I was going to take it, and we'll riff off each other, you know, in terms of where we see the song going. And it's just a very like experimental process for us. Yeah,
good. And as a relatively new band, I want to know how you guys got together and what made you do this music.
Sure. I mean, me and Malice have been doing music outside of this project like ever since we were teenagers. we've never really had as much success with a project as this one, because I think we've struggled really to find like the right collaborators. But it wasn't until lockdown 2021 that I happened to see a post from Alice on a local Facebook group. So she put out like a vocal cover, like a brief description about the sort of stuff she was into, and just ticked every single box for me. So like we basically went from there, just demoing stuff. Like, you know, I would record at my home, send it to her, and then like it wasn't until lockdown finished, and we'd already wrote like 3 songs that we like actually met up for the first time. So it's like, oh, it's good that we actually get along with each other after all this.
Did you get along?
Yeah. Luckily, it worked out, I think. So, but yeah, it was super like unexpected for us to do the things we've done with this project. You know, we're both kind of older, I think. You know, we've not really been around in the music scene working as much as we wanted to in our lives, and it's just really, really mind-blowing and just an absolute honour to be doing the things we're doing, like being here and talking to people like yourself who are interested in us. It's something we absolutely don't take for granted, you know, because we've wanted it for a long, long time.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Blake, it's been a pleasure having a chat with you.
Thank you so much, man. Absolute pleasure.
Pleasure. Thanks so much.
Thank
Cheers.
you so much, dude.